The biggest thing was to think, how can I make this money back? Because it was such a big investment for me. The club wasn't going to buy it. It was totally up to me. So I had to justify financially how I could make that work.
If you've ever considered buying a TrackMan and you don't have one, and you feel that it's too much money, you feel that you don't know how that would ever work financially, the investment will come back tenfold because of TrackMan Locator on the website. People can find you easier. Your own teaching will get better, or your own fitting will get better. So the investment becomes secondary, and that just isn't easy to think of.
Having other ways to generate revenue with using TrackMan Combine to get someone to test for that, just to maybe do a driver fitting, someone that hadn't taken a lesson but wanted to look at their numbers on TrackMan. So there are a lot of different ways that I could make more money doing it and have over the past 2 years.
Sure, yeah. Spending the money on TrackMan in the beginning is, you sort of go back and forth in your mind for a while in terms, trying to quantify whether it's worth it or not. But it's a quick, you come around pretty quickly. Because of the price point of TrackMan, it's not everyone has one. So you can really differentiate yourself and separate yourself from the rest of them if you do have one. I mean, it's phenomenal technology.
So I would say that if you don't have one, you need to get one. And for the simple reason is that you are missing revenue for yourself. You're not making yourself the best instructor or club fitter that you possibly could be. And those people that you teach just now may go somewhere else because you don't have TrackMan.
It's probably more costly if you don't have one right now, because you're not going to be in demand if the guy down the street has one. You're going to be losing money in the long run if you don't have the best technology, which probably goes for any area of business.
When you first purchase a TrackMan, your main prerogative is, I got to somehow find a way to recoup this investment. Very quickly that goes by the wayside when you see what TrackMan can do for not only your knowledge base, but just the quality of information that you can share with your students. It was a biggie in the beginning. As I got further down the road, never really thought about it again.
I raised my rate. I don't know how I'm doing this, but I'm, through this economy, I've just only gotten busier, and I think the TrackMan's a major draw.
Our fitting numbers are up dramatically, up well over 100% versus a couple of years ago. The technology we have confirms a lot of the things that we were thinking beforehand, but to be able to show that to the student, and then that student tells their friends, and then they come in and see me. It's been an overwhelming, dramatic increase in our revenue.
The equipment we've sold and the customer base we've gained, it's probably close to 900 customers now that have been through a TrackMan fitting that previously hadn't been. And sales in terms of hundreds of thousands of dollars through equipment sales from this program starting up this year.
Looking back on it, it's one of the smartest things I've ever done. I've made so much more money in lessons, given better lessons. Word of mouth has gotten out there, and people are talking about TrackMan now more, and it makes it easy. It really does. But it was not an easy decision.
Including, my tax return. I bought it in March and I had it paid for through lessons in June. So it wasn't a big deal at all. It really was not a big deal at all.